Greetings, and today I'm kind of I wouldn't say I'm out of ideas, but like I don't really have a deck to share at the moment. I haven't really been kind of going through the Gwent up deck profile, so I haven't really gotten a chance to do that yet. So I thought I'd decide to bring something or to do something that I haven't done in a while, and that is to do the deck building challenge using the wheel decide. Um, so if you guys haven't seen the last two deck building challenge videos, is I pretty much determine a wheel to determine to kind of decide who my leader is going to be, and not only that, but they're also going to the wheel's also going to decide for me three cards that belong in that faction, three gold cards that must be included no matter what they are. These are the gold cards that I will be spinning off of will be from the faction cards. Just because I just feel like writing the neutral cards onto the wheel, it's just gonna take much longer, and I think it's a bit too redundant. So I thought just having three faction specific cards would just be more would be better because it kind of just gives the identity of the deck that I'm going to create. And honestly, I mean, there's a small chance that it might end up being a deck that's pretty decent that hasn't been used before. So you never really know what this wheel's gonna give you. So let's decide. So right now the wheel is going to determine which leader I'm going to use, and depending on what faction they're in, I have these separate faction wheels for the faction specific cards. So let's give me quick clicks. And our leader for today's deck building challenge is going to be Ethne. Now, surprisingly, if you guys didn't see the previous deck building challenge videos, Ethne was the first wheel I spin, and the fact that I spun her again in the third video is really strange. So that means we are jumping into the scoia'tael faction. Let me just get a paper and pencil out, just because I tend to forget these pretty easily. Sure. Yeah. So Ethne is our leader of choice. I'll just spin the wheel while I put her down, and we'll see which So I did update the wheel for it to include the dual. Oh no, actually I don't know if I did the dual faction syndicate scoia'tael here. I don't think I have Novigrad and Justice on here. But you know what, that's okay, no problem. I mean, we just recently did a scoia'tael video on the Novigrad and Justice card, so a little bit of a change for now. So we have Yavin, which we must add. It's been a while since I played. It's probably gonna be been a while since I played some of these cards, so oh gosh, Paulie. Paulie is not a card I have seen in a very long time in like any constructed deck. So it should be pretty interesting. Wow, we almost landed on him again. And the Mahakam Horn. So, just a recap here. Our leader is going to be Ethne, and the three gold cards that I must include no matter what is going to be the Mahakam Horn, Paulie, and Yavin. So I don't know how that deck's gonna turn out. So I'll get to the deck building and I'll see you guys when the deck is completed. Okay, so this is the deck I was able to create using the cards that were selected from the wheel. So I had to have Ethne as the leader, of course. Kind of just a recap of what I needed to have, because for some of you might be wondering like how come this deck was weird, but you saw the first few minutes, so you'll know why. The Mahakam Horn, Paulie, and Yavin had to be here, so I kind of had to be a little bit flexible. Now, the only thing I was really happy about was the fact that scoia'tael I think, is the most versatile faction out there, arguably. But you can say that about any faction, honestly, because they all have their specialties. So I kind of went with a mainly elf, based around the elves. As you can see, I have it definitely, if you can tell that I'm playing Aelirin, is definitely gonna be an elf-based deck, because there's really no other way you're gonna get her out if you're running like kind of a hybrid of dryads, dwarves, elves, etc. So this is kind of the deck list I have that I've actually created using this challenge. I am wearing something different, so it didn't really take me a day to make this deck, but like I waited till then. I mean, started making it last night, and then I kind of completed it off today, and then I'm kind of finishing off the rest of the video. They should be going up on Saturday, and then on Sunday it'll be a different deck, like an actual like meta deck. Honestly, I just like making decks for fun. They're just a lot of fun to kind of play with, honestly. And I feel like because there's no like really strict meta right now that's like kind of overpowering all the others, I feel like you can make almost any deck as long as it fits to your playstyle. And you can get some wins, or if not, make some adjustments. You can get some more wins then. Anyway, onto the deck list before I kind of ramble on. So Yavon's ability, damaging any opponent by 1 for every allied elf unit. It's not a card that's often seen in Constructed. So unless the deck that my opponent plays would be like purely removal, then Yavon is going to be pretty useful because it's a card that's not going to be expected. It's somewhat like the counterpart of... No, it's not the counterpart of Sheldon. Sheldon's much stronger, like, let's face it. But Yavon's still pretty strong. Paulie, the good thing Paulie is not a dwarf that helps other dwarves, because I think Paulie is a really good shield for engines. And the main engine I'm honestly using here is the Elven Swordmaster, and as you guys know, whenever an Elven Swordmaster is played, it loves to... It's a pretty popular target, like, let's be honest, just because of its ability to pretty much to poke at any unit. And I kind of based it around that, and I just started kind of supporting it with other removal cards, like the Vrihedd Officer... No, sorry, not... Yeah, the Vrihedd Officer. Because I'm not too familiar with elves, so it's kind of hard for me to explain all this, like, kind of like as a pro, because I'm obviously not a pro. But I just like playing this game for fun. Isengrim and Milva are really good engines as well, and Milva is kind of like, I don't have to worry about Milva unless somebody plays like a first turn removal, like Predatory Dive, or like they do this in the first turn, because that's honestly something I'd like to do. So Milva's got that immunity, which is great, and she's actually very flexible in the way that it's boosted every time I play any scoia'tael unit, so I don't even need to kind of restrict her to dwarves or dryads or elves. It can be all of them. She's a very flexible card, and I like Milva because of that. So for example, if I were to commit my Elven Swordmasters into round 1, as long as I have Milva and or Isengrim, I'm actually okay with that as well, because Isengrim requires all... it's strong in elf control decks as well. And I have plenty of that, and that's actually strong support by the scoia'tael Neophyte, of course, as you guys already know. The Vrihedd Dragoon was kind of just there as a filler, because I don't really have cards that allow me to move, but like an extra elf is an extra elf, and all honesty, when I'm kind of done with the elves, I just kind of like... I don't say I throw them aside, but like... You know, they're just there, honestly. That's really all they're there for. The Vrihedd Vanguard is really strong, being able to boost itself by 1 for every elf in my hand. Now, this kind of does reveal information to my opponent that if it was boosted by, like, let's say 6 or 7, then he knows that there's a lot of elves in my hand. Other than that, it's actually a pretty slow card. So this is probably something I would play first, or something I would want to fish out of the deck first. That's something you'd want to play late game, of course. Especially late end of the round. There's no point. Brooklyn Sentinel is just here for that deck thin, because you guys know how much I love with deck thin cards. And it's also a bit of damage. So, and if it can remove a unit, like that's a bonus. Double Threaded Archer, same thing. It's removal. It's damage. So it could be good for removal, because damaging an enemy unit by 2 is always pretty good. It's pretty much a 5 for 5, just in 2 different ways, depending on how you play it. You can take off 2 birds. You can take down 2 birds with 1 stone too, if the opportunity presents itself. Vrihedd Officer, I've kind of already gone through that. I just needed 1 unit. I didn't know kind of who to choose 2 units for, so I kind of just went 1 unit of each, just to be a bit more flexible. But at the end of the day, they're like 5 for 5, so they both have the exact same melee deploy effect. Hawker Smuggler's there because honestly every scoia'tael deck has a Hawker Smuggler these days. Yavon had to be there because of the wheel. The wheel kind of decided for me. Milva kind of already went through. Now Toruviel is something pretty interesting, because Toruviel, again, I'm kind of going with this whole removal aspect, where I'm just pushing everything I can to remove my opponent's main engines, while at the same time kind of buffing my own. So if I were to play elves that were to remove their units, it would boost mine if I had Milva and Isengrim on the field. Ida's there for that artifact removal, or I've seen Summoning Stone played more often, so Ida is actually pretty strong there. And if no artifact presents itself early on, then, or like later on, then I can always just do to boost a unit by 3, even though it's going to be 8/7. It's just that opportunity to destroy an artifact is always pretty strong. Paulie is there as a shield, like to shield one of my engines. So obviously that could be I could protect also the Hawker Smuggler. It's not that it makes them immune. It's just that it protects them from like additional damage. So they kind of need to expend an extra resource to actually get at them and to actually destroy them. And if they can get to that, then good for them. I guess they got rid of an engine, but like that's kind of just a way to push them to invest a little bit more in the unit that I'm protecting. And even if not, then Paulie, still a 6 power unit, even though it's an 8 provision, is still actually pretty good. The Mahakam Horn is there for a boost. So I actually like this card because I think this is a strong enough deck that it can build up tempo in the early game, and I can just play Mahakam Horn at kind of like towards the end. So if they choose to not pass or pass, then Mahakam Horn activates. Most scoia'taels, they mostly expect Fireball Trap or Crushing Trap. They always expect traps these days, but the Mahakam Horn is still something that's been seen there, so we'll see what kind of surprise it does. Midnight is there, tall elf removal. Very tall elf removal actually, because damaging a unit before is always pretty huge. Isengrim I kind of already went over. Again, the boost engine. Now I would only play Isengrim if I am committing to a control deck in a certain round, of course. Ailerin, again, to kind of support that control aspect. And another source of deck deck thin. Same with Roach, of course, because you guys know I love deck thin. Royal Decree, again, deck thin. Or if I were missing a piece that I needed to have out at that moment, I would use it, of course. And the Great Finisher himself, the Great Oak, which is pretty much the biggest removal deck. Like, I had to craft this guy like pretty early because I have never played with the Great Oak before. So this is going to be my first time. So that's kind of the rundown of this elf. It's pretty much Paulie. It's like when elves go to war and then Paulie brings his horn and it's like, oh, I'm the only dwarf that's gonna help the elves fight like the Nilfgaards or something. Like that'd be a pretty cool story actually. I might think about making a story like that just for fun. Anyway, so that's kind of the deck rundown for you guys. And okay, so we have ourselves a full test. Alrighty, how many elves do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's pretty good. A 6 for 5 turn 1 is not bad. Potentially 7. 7. Not bad at all. I will actually happily take that. Now, Brocklon Sentinel doesn't have... I mean, he has support from the Dolbothana Archers, actually. So that's not so bad. I think I will keep this. I don't have Paulie, which actually kind of sucks, but that's okay. Lyrian Arbalist? I kind of want to, or I could poke it and then kill it with the Brocklon Sentinel, because honestly, like, deck thin, like, let's go. So, actually something I forgot to mention is that Anthony works actually perfectly very well with these guys, because, like, you can easily remove a piece there. Like, I used one of my charges, but it's not like I'm wasting them. I mean, this serves a purpose. I mean, deck thin, if you can get your deck thin in the early round and kind of filter for the next one, like, that'll be great. So it looks like he's probably running around the Trident Infantry, so my guess is he's gonna have Serret in there. So something tells me that I might have to end up playing this whole round out. Well, also, ooh, another good thing about this deck is if he does, not Serret, sorry, I'm thinking of, ooh, I forgot the name. The old woman, yeah, I can't remember, but that's also why it's a good thing to have the Vryhead Dragoon, is I can always, like, have a bit of fun here. Interesting. The thing is, I don't have a lot of like elf control, so there's not so much I can do in terms of that. And the thing is, I don't know how much I want to commit in the first round. I mean, obviously, I don't want to just want to keep these. Like, I want to remove them too. But by the looks of it, like, I still have my 2 engines. I kind of wish one of them was out. I might want to actually get Ailerin out, actually, if I'm being honest here. Yeah, it might be a good idea to get Ailerin out. But I don't think I can, because I have exactly 5 dwarves, and they all need to be out. So maybe now is not a good time for that. I might just play the Dolbothana Archer.
They can hide, but there is no escape.
Kind of wish he would use his King Foltest charge before the end of the first round. Dang. That's an interesting vest. Wonder why you played so early. I could do Teruviel. But again, I'm just doing the deck thin. Plus Roach does come out from it, so. The only problem is the more elves I get rid of, the more problematic it gets for me. So obviously I'm not trying to win the first round, but if I can, then it's possible. But I just didn't have the right pieces for it. And there's goes one of Foltest's charges. Yeah. Saw that one coming. The Great Oak isn't gonna do so much for me here. I feel like it's a bit of a waste. I kind of want to pass here and just let him have this first round. I feel like the more I go, the more problematic it gets for me. Especially if I end up drawing Ailerin. Yeah, you know what? I am gonna pass. At least by passing, I can sort of filter out my hand as well, because I can always get myself down to 7 cards, which is pretty good. So it's gonna be a very strategic kind of game that I gotta think about here. I don't know if I want the Mahakam Horn. No, I don't want the Mahakam Horn. I also don't want that. Okay, I don't mind the Elven Swordmaster. I just want to know if he's gonna pass. Yeah, okay, he's gonna pass. So he's not gonna think about filtering out his deck. I want to play the Vryhead Dragoon, because by the looks of it, I mean, it would only really be affecting the Reinforced Trebuchet if we're being honest here. I might actually just play one.
Slaughter them to a man.
And then I'll pass here. How many elf units do I have? 1, 2, 3. It's only gonna damage something by 3. I don't know if Yaven's gonna do too much for me here either. I might put my Elven Swordmaster. Just because I feel like it'd be no, but he's an engine. We need him. Nah, oh my gosh, I might regret this. I might regret this. Like, it was an engine, but I feel like we have decent enough cards to kind of counter what he tries to do. We need this. Do we? I don't think so. I'm okay with Paulie. He can protect the Hawker Smuggler. Yeah, no, I'm okay with this. I'm actually really okay with this. Because I have more units that boost compared to units that kind of like control and remove, I have to kind of go with this play. I could remove that, to be honest. I really could. So let's do it. Actually, that's a pretty big unit. I know I used an elf, and that might be a problem, but I don't need to use it anymore. Royal Decree, I have one as well, and it's probably going to be used on a scoia'tael. I'm not going to lie, it's probably going to be used on a scoia'tael Neophyte. Because I don't know if I have enough elves to, yeah, I don't have enough elves to get it out. Kedweni Knight, that's pretty good. I'm probably going to use it to protect the Hawker Smuggler. Yeah, Paulie is not a card that's often seen in Constructed. Is he gonna use him immediately? Okay, yeah, no, I thought so. I thought so. I mean, I'm still kind of confident, but... Oh, here it comes, huh? I only have one elf. That's a big problem, actually. He might have some blue striped scouts in there.
The time of the white frost and white light is now.
I always think that the Hawker Smuggler's an elf, but it really isn't. I feel like he's gonna have the Draugen there.
Regroup.
Yeah, no, he's gonna have a Draugen there. Oh, that's gonna be scary as heck, dude. Yeah, no, he's gonna have a Draugen there. Shoot. Okay. I should have played the Mahakam Horn early. Should not have done it this late. I think it has to be a scoia'tael neophyte, doesn't it? Yeah. Yeah, no, I have to get Arilyn out.
None shall tread on us.
Otherwise, it's not gonna work. I mean, I am getting pretty good boosts from it, but there it is. That's what I was afraid of. Dang, dude. That's wild. We have to get rid of the ones that we can get rid of, like, right now.
Humans to the sea!
This is really scary. I mean, unless he has remove like damage in there, he has to use. Yeah, so he has to keep doing that. So I'm not so worried. Like, I'm okay with that, honestly. I'm okay with that.
No mercy.
I mean, the problem is he's still very far ahead, so that's gonna be problematic. So he's probably gonna win. Huh. Oh, that's good. That's a good use of Vincent. Yeah, the thing is, I kind of... Oh, he's out of... Ooh, that might be huge. I'm just gonna use it now. And, oh, I can't... I mean, it doesn't matter. The problem is he has 2 cards left, and he actually did build himself a pretty good lead. So I think he won this. Yeah, he won this. I mean, the Great Oak is still a big twist, but...
Never cheat.
Gontero Dim? Huh. Interesting. Gontero Dim? I don't know, his last card could still be pretty big, so he probably did win, but like... Scorch! Wow! Wow! That was a good game, actually. I like that game. That was a pretty fun game. But Scorch, huh? Okay. I mean, I still like the deck. I feel like getting rid of my engine probably... I mean, I knew he was... Like, the fact that he committed to my Paulie was alright, because he wasn't that big of a factor. He was more of a bonus. But dang, having Scorch as your last card, huh? That's pretty interesting. I mean, he ran a strange deck, because again, Scorch is not a card you see. I mostly see the Curse of Corruption played more nowadays. You don't often see many Scorches anymore. But no, that Scorch actually is what won him the game, so kudos to him. But the thing is, I had to kill Gontero Dim. Just getting rid of another one of my cards, because he had Scorch already, so... I mean, not like it mattered. I don't think there was anything I could have done to... make it different. A lot of elves. A lot of elves. So do I... The question is here, do I commit to control early? Or dull? You know the thing with Nilfgaard is, they love the lock. They love to lock. I mean, I do have a crap ton of elves, but... Oh, please tell me he's not going to be inactive. I need to play. I want to play, man. Let's play Milva. I am gonna commit, actually. I'll commit. I'll commit early game. I mean, if he has, oh my god, if he has Parasite, or Pandemic, I don't remember what it's called, but If he or epidemic, sorry, if he has epidemic, I'm like gonna cry right now.
What is truth if not an illusion?
Is he running an assimilate deck?
But one thing.
Interesting. Could see an assimilate deck here. This could be a version of all out assimilate. That deck thin though. Deck's thinning out. I think this plan should be to try and thin out the deck round 1, to be honest, because I think this has enough power for a short round 3 finish. So I just need to keep the pressure on him, I think. Yes, Milva's a human, and I don't have Isengrim, and I have both my sword engines here, which is going to be problematic, because he's going to want to take them out or use the hero power on them. So I don't know how I'm going to feel about it, because right now I have no elves out on the field right now. I got a really bad starting hand, so I think the best I can do is to kind of filter them out. That's fine.
I shall not fail.
I mean, Milva is getting boosted from them, so there is value there. Quite a few tactics. I actually need to see him play them. Another problem too is...
To stick my nose where it doesn't belong.
That's fine. Yeah, this is definitely all out assimilate.
Death to humans!
I still have 5 elves. Only 2 really need to survive, and I actually think that my right head dragoons here are pretty useless. So... okay, well, at least he didn't get destroyed.
Slaughter them to a man!
Please don't destroy an elf. I'm gonna cry so bad if you try and destroy an elf. Like, oh my gosh. Like, this is gonna be so sad for me. Because I actually want my elves to be here. Is that the best you can bring? Pity.
Peace with humans? I buy that.
I think I can play Yavin right now, can I? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's gonna damage unit by 4. Which is not a lot. But like... actually, no. The thing is, if I play an engine, it's probably gonna get removed. It's risk.
Sword and arm be one.
It's worth the risk.
Humans to the sea!
Yeah, there's Figo Smuzzle. I'm okay with that. I have no problem with that whatsoever. I now have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have now 5 units. You can now be destroyed. And I can just poke a unit there. Okay, so... oh! You know what? I might play the oak here. I might play the great... like, that might be how much I commit to this. Is playing the great oak like here and now. Again, I know it's big, and I know it might be costly. But like, you know what? Let's go. Like, it's worth the risk, right? It was worth the risk. If I get 2 losses today, I mean, it's not like they were bad losses. Like, I didn't lose tremendously. That's... oh. I mean... let's do it. I think a good thing about this, I'm forcing him to use his hero power. Oh, he passes! Huh. So I'm gonna make him go 1 card down in the 3rd round, and he can't get to his max of 10, so... I don't need the engine. The problem is, he still has his hero power. That's actually what scares me the most, is the fact that he still has his hero power. So, I don't know. Like, again, it could still go either way. That's gonna get hit. I know that. I know for a fact that that card's gonna get hit. You only had 1 left with Assimilate? Oh, that sucks.
Your sins will not save you, Dwarf.
I think the Royal Decree is gonna have to get, yeah, it's gonna have to be used on Paulie. It's just gonna suck that he takes control of him, though. Yeah, I'm afraid that Paulie's gonna get taken control of. I don't really need Paulie, but like, that 6 power cost is still pretty huge. I might just play Ida. Actually, I might play Isengrim. Ooh, if I play Isengrim though, it might actually tempt him to control it. So I need a more useless unit. I feel like if I play this though and it gets hit with a Geralt of Rivia, I'm actually kind of screwed in that regard. I am gonna play Isengrim, and if he does decide to take control of it, fine, because again, this is also a boost engine for all the other elves. The only problem is I don't really have a target to protect with Paulie. So yeah, sorry, my camera's kind of changing colors. I can notice that, but like I'm still don't know how quite to change it yet, so I don't know yet. We'll see. He's not using Paulie on it, huh? That's interesting. Like, what I don't get is, like, honestly, Paulie has no one to protect, like, at this point. Like, he actually has nobody to protect. So I'm not quite sure what he's waiting for. Because if he had actually taken Isengrim, that might have actually costed me quite a few points, so. Oh, he had him in his hand. Oh, I feel sorry for you, my dude.
Some things cannot be forgiven.
Yeah, no, I feel bad for you for that one.
Stars contend, you shall be victorious today.
I might just use 2 overcharges on the diviner. Because again, assimilate is a threat, so I can't take it lightly. Oh, I can't get rid of that now, can I? Not even, no card I have is gonna be able to do it. Okay, well, I mean, he hasn't used his hero power yet either. Shoot. I don't want to play Paulie. I might just play to reveal. Yeah, I'm gonna play to reveal here. And I know I can't get rid of Stefan Skillen. Ooh, a tactic. So that last card's a tactic. The question is, which one? I should have played the Mahakam Horn. I should have played the Mahakam Horn. I should have played the Mahakam Horn. I made a mistake there, because that was gonna force him to pass. Shoot, I missed an opportunity there, and that kind of sucks. Oh, Imperial Diplomacy. Interesting target for a Stefan. Yeah, for a Stefan. Like, that might have something I would have done with if I had Vigo's Muzzle, like at the end phase, because I don't know. Like, can it work on... Yeah, because any tactic, right? I don't know. But that's just me. The thing with... Did he get the Mahakam Horn? He must have gotten the Mahakam Horn. No, I needed to know what it does. Do I have it? Bronze card from your... Oh, it's a bronze card. Okay, so it could... Again, so it could be like Fireball Trap. Okay, never mind. I kind of read that wrong. So that's game. Yeah. GG. So those were actually 2 pretty good games. Like, I don't care if I lost one. I mean, again, I'm just playing this for fun. But honestly, like, it's honestly such a fun deck to play with. I actually had a lot of fun playing with this deck, so if you guys did enjoy it, please leave a like, comment any improvements that you guys would like to see, and if there's any decks that you guys would like me to play, do definitely let me know, and I will definitely check it out. I do enjoy making these deck building videos and sort of deck lists. This video might be a bit long because I did kind of go a bit longer on the explanation, but you know what? This was a deck building challenge, and I'm pretty happy that I got a win out of it. So I'm gonna get on up out of here. This is Enzo signing out. I'll catch you guys in the next one.